Yeah, I'll tell you in a second. We were dealing with the faces before final boss.
Oh, the
Yeah, the ad section. They like, I don't know why we have the ad section here, but we do, so that's what we're doing. Also, I've got to fiddle with the volume on here so I can hear the actual game.
Yeah.
And not hear us too much.
Yeah.
Jibber jabber.
But yeah, my hunt board is clear for now, except for this homie, who apparently is at, I think he's at Rosaria, like the manor. So 0 points for guessing. I found Aruna over where we fought Garuda.
I love the fact that it's called Money Murder. Was there a picture on there?
You get the picture of these ones and Garuda's little thing.
So you have to wait until after.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
The other ones do have names.
Because I was just gonna say, like,
which I guess it makes sense because they're kind of spoilers.
I'm kind of, well, yeah, but you don't seem to unlock them until after you've already done the thing. But no, I was going to, and it's gonna be funny leading off from what we did last time, but it reminds me of a set of monsters from the Dragon Quest series that are just muddy hands from the ground. And I thought, like, that would be...
die laughing.
I would die laughing because the fact that you just chopped off Kupka's hands last time, and I was like, the Earth guy leaves behind muddy hands. That's fucking hilarious.
Also, the fact that
I've been thinking about it for a while.
Yoshi, Dragon Quest.
Oh yeah, he's worked on the original.
Told me everything he knew about it. Then sent me off to
Dragon Quest X, so.
That was his dream for me. That one day I'd put my studies to use for the good of the cause.
Him making references to that is not going to be
I've studied enough
out of the realm of possibility.
I know that I can help the people here.
Yeah, apparently we got a Final Fantasy 11 raid first, and I'm still shocked at that.
All right. I'll tell Otto you'll be staying.
I knew you'd say yes. Which is why I wrote up a list of jobs for you.
So now we have Mid.
For me?
Who else?
What do you want me to do?
First things first.
What's Mid going to do?
And materials to start making my own. There's the designs for the stuff I need, and the stuff it needs smithing from.
She's basically
the other materials I can work myself. Just need a generous benefactor to lay them on for me.
General Sid
Apart from the wood, I'll need a carpenter for that, but I can just borrow yours.
I thought you were the General Sid things.
For now.
In other
But
games, the making of things.
Where to start? Materials and tools. That means Karen and Blackthorn.
Wrong way.
Sid's gonna chop off Kupka's head this time.
I already took his arms.
You were born in Rosalith, weren't you?
He took his hands.
Well, yeah. Which, by the way, where?
How's it coming along?
I don't think you cared much about taking them.
I actually may want to go to the study and see if they're there. I would die. Okay, where is... Yeah, the trophy room's on the way. I'll see you in a second, Blackthorn. I need to see the trophy room. Okay, they actually didn't. That would be too hilarious, though.
That would be a little cruel, to be honest.
Yeah. I I do like this missives thing. Where you can kind of
Missives?
like get letters from
Oh, okay.
various characters. Iron and Blackthorn.
Blackthorn, you busy?
What does it look like?
I have a commission for you. From Mid. She requires certain tools.
Oh, is she high?
Do you think you can make them?
Bloody hell. What's she planning to build with this stuff? An airship? I'll see what I can do. Tell her I'll bring them over when I'm done.
There is somebody in this raid
My thanks.
that has...
And Mid's, no doubt.
I'm assuming it has to be one of the Vieira voices that I swear to God sounds like Captain Falcon. I just keep hearing somebody go, yes.
Was wondering where you'd got to. Mid's back from Canva. Have you seen her?
Just now. She's planning to set up a workshop in the stores and ask me to buy her some materials. Here's the list.
Good thing I did all those hunts for all that money.
All that delicious, delicious
Think you can
money.
find everything on there.
This lot. Wouldn't be much of a trader if I couldn't.
Excellent. As for payment,
It's paid 100 times over by what that girl's done for us. If it weren't for her filters, we'd have naught to drink but blight water, and that would have drained the life out of us long ago.
indeed it would.
I'll send the stuff on to Mid when it comes in.
Thank you, Karen. That just leaves the carpenter. Let's see if Bardolph's available.
I should probably
Is it
get
business?
some
Oh,
pots while I'm here. That will probably be better when it's up.
you're rubbing me blind,
Oh.
you know. It'd better all be here. You'll not find a better price than that. You're rubbing me blind, you know. It'd
Oh,
better all
the
be
side
here.
quest I did give me a thing to make potions work better. Which I guess makes
In-
sense since I'm getting,
In like what sense?
like, they
Jill looked
heal
white
more.
as a sheet when they brought her back.
Ah,
Which I guess makes sense, seeing how, you know, I have more health.
I mean, eventually, yes, that would have to happen because you could only keep your potions going for so long.
Only, I don't know if you get a tag upgrade later, but they can only hold, you know, 3 or 4 of
Should
these
be enough to keep us
as,
going.
you know, the game goes on. They
How
would have
do,
to make
Master
it better,
Sid?
Yeah.
Mid's looking to
or
build a
you
workshop
get
in the
real good
storeroom,
at dodging.
and she needs the aid of a skilled carpenter. So naturally I thought of you.
Well, I'd love to help the young miss however I
I mean, it would
can.
help to be able to be good
I'm
at
afraid
dodging,
I've got
but
my hands full just keeping this place afloat.
Just don't get hit
There's
for it.
holes need patching, and if I don't patch 'em, we'll all of us sink into the mere. I'd gladly spare Mid all the time I have, but the sad truth is, I ain't got none.
I see.
It don't have to be me, though, does it? What about that other feller? You know, the one over at Martha's Rest. Bernard, was it?
That's right. And he is a friend of the cause. I'll ask Martha if she can spare him. Thank you, Bardolph.
Least I could do.
I love Martha like a sister.
Did I go the wrong way around again?
But the Empire have dragoons.
I could not find my way to the back, but
Eventually you would.
ideally.
Can't say you'd be out of it alive,
Clive,
but...
what brings you to the rest?
Our home finds itself in need of an extra carpenter. I wondered if I might be able to borrow Bernard for a short while.
I don't mind if he don't. We're all friends here, aren't we?
Thank you, Martha. Do you know where I might find him?
He went up to Cressida on business. No idea what, mind. Place is a ruin. Far as I know, he's still there.
I'll look from there then.
Here's hoping we don't retrieve the corpse. Yeah.
Stay sharp. You don't know when those bastards will be back. You do know one thing. Come on.
Giant birdie.
Yeah.
I will say I'm not a big fan of the way they have the camera perched for this, because holding the stick straight isn't straight, so it feels like I'm driving because Chocobo keep pointing to this.
That's sucky.
Yeah.
If it ain't the lad who saved my life. What brings you to a place like this?
You do, Bernard. Martha said I might find you here. I have a proposition for you.
Oh, do you now? Building a workshop, you say? Well, that beats tacking boards to bridges, sure enough. And if Martha didn't mind me being gone a while, then neither do I. You just tell me where you want me.
That's the spirit.
I couldn't ask a favor, though, could I? Before we go?
Of course.
In my life.
Well, that there is Cressida, where I grew up. Ain't much left of it now, though. Except my parents' graves. But I came up here...
Is it just one house, or is it just a village that's just grown over?
Only to find the place crawling with fiends.
What used to be houses there, I think it might have been.
But you're a dab hand when it comes to dealing with beasts and bogles, ain't you? Any chance you could...
It's the least I can do.
Well, thank you kindly. And take care.
This shouldn't take long.
You work with any of the Titan stuff?
And then, Raging Fist is basically, if you do it right, is a counter that does like double damage. and then wind up old, and it will basically mature you.
Yeah, but you leave yourself open to do so.
It's one of those great to be staggered.
It's one of those. It's also risk reward kind of thing, where it's like, yes, you could get a good hit out of it. Don't get hit back during the whole thing. The Scarecrow is a black mage.
I just noticed that, yeah.
It's just everybody kept making all these like, this isn't Final Fantasy, and it's like, it's purely Final Fantasy. It's just the combat system is different. Oh yeah, 15 is just a little too modern. There's this weird precipice of like, you have to hit modern, but people still use swords for some reason. Like, I love Final Fantasy VII, not as much as some people, but I still love it. But it's still weird that Cloud's going around with like, yes, I do sword and stab people very hard with it, while other people are like, yes, I am soldier and I have gun. Even if there is some hullabaloo about like, oh, technically they don't take as much damage because if they're soldiers, they've been experimented on, or they're blah 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 blah. It's still a gun.
That should do it.
You made short work of that lot. Thank you, son. Now my folks can rest in peace once more.
How long is it since the village was abandoned?
Well, people started packing their things after the duchy fell. Between the Blight and the Imperials, you just couldn't make ends meet. Must be nigh on a decade since the last wagon left. Though it may as well have been a century, looking at the place. This isn't the Cressida I remember.
I'm sorry.
Ah, don't be. Can't live in the past, no matter how nice it might have been. As soon as I'm done saying a prayer for those that raised me, it's onto your hideaway. I'll meet you there.
That should take care of me.
It's funny because you think about it, pre-time skip, multiple time skips, that that village was there in this game existing, and it's just one of those, now it's just gone in the game.
Yeah. All that's left are collapsing buildings.
It's like that opening scene of, well, the flashback scene of you fighting, well, training with that one guy, getting all that backstory, and then all that happening. That village was just out there, just existing.
I think this was actually. Remember when we went to go fight that marble? I think that
Yeah.
was like one of the stops they went on the way. Like we obviously didn't go there, but I think they mentioned going by there.
The little uns.
That they stopped by along
Yeah.
the way. Yeah, gotcha.
I think so. I could be wrong. There's a very great possibility I am dumb.
I don't know. I was going to ask you if that's the guy who was the bridge maker or fixer. He vaguely seems familiar.
Yeah, that was the dude who made the bridge like before Sid died.
Gotcha.
All right, Clive. You've all done then.
I am. I've placed your various orders, and a carpenter by the name of Bernard is on his way from Arthur's Rest.
That's brilliant. Thanks, Clive.
Is there anything else you need?
Nope. Blackthorn and Lady Karen have already sent over everything I asked for, and I've got all my plans drawn up. So as soon as Bernard gets here, we can get to work. I can't wait.
Oh, that's nifty.
That's my good deed for the day done.
Yeah.
Let's see how Jill's faring.
Oh, did I unlock more side quests? Oh. We will probably want to do the do no harm side quest.
If it's going to be one of those things you need to do, just do them.
Well, I think it's more lore on the brand. Because I think you were asking about that.
Oh, yeah.
Talia, how's Jill?
Recovering, but she still needs her rest.
Of course. Take good care of her, won't you?
I'll do my best. Oh, Gav was looking for you. He said he had something to show you in the shelves.
The shelves? Oh, that's right. He went to ask Hippocrates about Torgor. He must have found something. You have the look of a man with the twins upon his shoulders, Rodrigue.
Talia has tasked me with removing a Cursebreaker's brand. But it's my first time, and I don't think I can do it. I'm afraid of what happens if I fail. You survived, I know, but there as many die as recover. Is it really worth the risk?
You don't need me to answer that. You know full well what we're fighting for. I hope as much as you that one day bearers can walk among others as equals. But until that day, a brand is a burden, and we must lift that burden in order to go undetected. The operation may be dangerous, but it's also essential, and we undergo it willingly.
I know. I still wish there was some other way. But griping about my lot helps no one, I suppose. Don't worry. I'll do what must be done.
I know you will.
Unfortunately, the first thing that needs doing
Does he still have a
is
brand?
preparation of a draft
No.
to dull the pain.
You can kind of see the
Something
scar, but
I
his
can't
was
do with the infirmaries.
Not Clive, the guy you're talking to.
So low.
it
What
looks like he
few
still has-
leaves we have would
I haven't
barely be
seen his
enough for
face
removing a
turn
splinter,
more
let
yet.
alone a brand.
It's hard to tell because it kind of looks like it, but
He does have that
I'm
weird kind of profile.
yeah, because you can kind of see where Clive still has his
Go.
mark and everything, but
Thank you. No one knows Herblore like Talia.
Yeah, it looks like he still
She
has the
swears
black
by
mark
ammonia for
from the
easing pain.
brand.
yeah, I think what I'm gathering from the quest is that he's weighing if he should or shouldn't, because it's one of those, like, I'd like to live, but I also don't want to have this brand on me, and sometimes...
I think he's the one who's removing him from the curse breaker.
Ah, okay.
Because with the way the curse breakers work, they kind of need to be able to go around. And yeah, he still has a brand. They kind of need theirs removed to
Yeah.
do their job.
Here. What's everyone whispering about?
Oh. I think that's more stuff. Or wait, no, that's not. Native command. That's probably not anything to worry about right now. Where is this? Am I dumb?
What?
Oh, I'm trying to see where gather amber. Where the fuck is amber?
Near Amber? Weren't we? We were there yesterday, weren't we?
Oh, can we go there?
I remember somebody saying something about Amber. Oh, that's the Iron Tribe place. Because they made a reference to Amber, and I was going to
There
make
it
a
is.
yeah. I was going to make a reference to oh, what is the song called? To the Edge. Because of a specific character's colorization.
Enough of those herbs.
So, fun little factoid. Did you know that we'd known the color of the Warrior of Light's soul since the 70 Alchemist job? You probably didn't do that. Oh, it's blue.
I guess follow-up question, is there any significance to soul colors, or is it just...
This is the only plant around.
It's yes.
Color soul is.
It's just the color of your soul. It's all it is. It's basically about the same thing in comparison to the... Does it matter which god you pick in this game? No, it doesn't? Alright.
Should be enough to keep the infirmary stocked for a while.
Now,
Hopefully this will
Well,
his mind at ease.
yeah, it matters in that sense, but only in superficial. It's not a...
Slightly different text.
Yeah.
And that wasn't even all the gods, was it?
Apparently, the last three you talk to in that cutscene where all three of them show up, if you're one of their patrons, they have specific dialogue line during that. It's just the other ones you get to talk to specifically.
I hope you didn't have too much trouble finding the ammonia.
Only the usual.
Oh, yes. This is it. And more than I was expecting. I dare say the patient won't feel a thing. That is, unless I...
You'll do fine. Talia trusts you. Which means I trust you. The hideaway would be lost without skilled physicers like yourself.
Thank you for the kind words. Truly. But... I'm sorry. I'm still terrified. The brand is more than just ink on flesh. It's a death sentence. Milk of the wyvern tail lurking just below the surface of the skin. One ill-conceived incision, a single slip, and the poison fouls the patient's blood. Failure means death, and even success means tremendous pain. Days of agony as the wound heals. I became a physiker to help people, not to kill them. I don't want to kill anyone.
Cursebreakers lead hard lives. And the operation is only the beginning. They toil in the shadows, risking life and limb, knowing their efforts will win them neither glory nor acclaim. And yet we never won for volunteers. Why do you think that is?
Conviction? They're willing to die?
They're willing to fight. To give their lives to create a world where people like us can be more than mere possessions. I know your work isn't easy, but neither is going under the knife. Be a shoulder for your patients to lean on. Stay strong for them.
You sound like Taya. Do you know what she once told me? It's natural for a patient to feel like they're suffering in solitude. And it's a physicist's duty to see that they don't. Thank you for helping me remember that. I won't falter. Not again.
But yeah, the brand is basically a poison tattoo. Which is kind of fucked up.
Really. So, here's a fun fact. I actually looked this up the other day when we were talking about that. The wyvern tail, that's the localized name. Do you know what the Japanese name is?
I'm about to find out, aren't
Yeah, you are. I thought you were actually going to look it up in the game.
No.
It's dragon grass. Guess what other only Final Fantasy mainline game has dragon grass as a plot point?
I'm guessing 5.
If you guess 5, you're correct. Have we mentioned that Final Fantasy V is one of Yoshi P's favorite games?
Yeah, no, seriously. Like, if
Where
had
did
the
you get him,
opportunity
like,
to do a 5
in the
remake,
first
he would be
place?
happy as a clam.
I don't know if he would
My
care to
father
do it.
brought him back from one of his expeditions.
I'm not saying like he wouldn't, but it's just also one of those like,
When they heard his cries, and
would he need to?
seeing no sign
I
of his
guess
pack, they
fair.
took him in.
What do you reckon, Torms?
It certainly adds weight to the theory. Clive, I believe that Torgal may be no mere hound, but a rare frostwolf, an animal native to the far northern reaches of Valisthea. In one of our oldest bestiaries, I found reference to a frostwolf who served as guardian to an ancient queen of the north. Such was his mastery over ether, he
I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick.
His name was Fenrir.
Fenrir the Frostwolf.
Now, the annals do not state it explicitly, but I have reason to believe this queen was a dominant of Shiva, a girl from the Northern Territories and her faithful hound. One awakens as the dominant of Shiva, and the other?
You're saying that Jill granted Torgal his powers?
What?
Just like Fenrir. People called him my hound, but Torgal and Jill were inseparable. He grew up as a faithful companion to the dominant of Shiva, and years later, his powers awakened, just when his master needed him the most.
You're right. If it weren't for Torgal blasting those bastards to Kingdom Come, Jill would have been for it.
Quite. Though Torgal's power is his own, his latent birthright as a frostwolf, it had only to be unlocked.
Oh, get you, Torgal.
You're an even finer hound than we thought.
And regarding your original concern, you need not fear for Torgal's health. Why, the beast has the appetite of a behemoth. Just this very morn, I found him with his nose buried in my nuts.
There you are! I've been looking everywhere for you. Bernard's here. I need you to introduce us so we can get to work.
I shall be a moment.
it brilliant?
It is.
Well, I couldn't have done it without you. You and everyone else. But I promise I'll pay you back. I'm gonna work my fingers to the bone for you lot, starting right now. Just you wait. I'll make wonders like this world's never seen.
Then I look forward to seeing them. Now that that's settled, I wonder if Vivian's made any progress tracking down Kupka.
I wish Miss Middledore would let us...
Yes, I did see the bit about Fenrir before I left.
Yeah, basically because of Jill. Because this
I think I'll wait till mid's
Shiva
away
and
to take
Denver are
time for it.
connected. Basically because of they being so close. Torgal being so close to Jill, he became Pettyfan.
How goes the hunt for Kupka?
But he was so close to Sid for a while, you think he'd become like a lightning Fenrir.
Sightings of strange
Well, actually,
soldiers
he
in
does
unexpected
have
places,
lightning abilities, which is
but
hilarious.
nothing definitive as yet.
Nah.
If only we knew for certain by what route he left Rosalith.
Well, keep at it. If anyone can piece this puzzle together, it's you. And I'm willing to wait as long as it takes.
What? Here?
Would that be a problem?
Do you know, Clive? I believe it a mercy that you didn't inherit your father's throne. Your poor people would surely live in fear of you.
You have nothing to
Damn.
worry about on that front. I won't claim
Clive was actually a very nice guy.
That is a relief.
I mean, he is a little weird though, but not like
Clive,
the kind
you
of
got a
weird you'd
minute?
have locked up, but the kind of weird who's just like, ha, funny man.
I'm a guest.
A guest?
Also, wasn't the idea that Joshua was going to be the one taking the throne because he's the one who inherited Phoenix?
Yeah, but like, because Joshua was sick, if he ended up dying before old enough to take the throne, then
Clive would be the next one to hold off until the Phoenix appeared again.
basically kind of like what
Feel trouble.
Clive's dad did.
It was a pleasure, in hindsight.
Uncle Byron?
Uncle showed up. Probably a bad thing to do.
Yeah.
Favorite uncle is here.
Not only is he here, but he's flashing cash. This is never a good sign.
The Dalmekian government sues for peace. How shall we respond?
If they're willing to accept their fault in the matter, I see no reason to refuse them.
It's more that I'm worried that the guy who has to keep a low profile around the Empress is currently just off on the rebel base.
Yeah.
Aye, and we have many more mouths to feed. We shall just have to have the Dalmeks empty their treasuries for us.
That if they had any idea where he was going, he was fucked.
Oh, most certainly.
Of course, none of this would have been possible without your timely intervention, Prince Olivier.
Indeed, I doubt any of us would have had the courage to trade words with the mighty Titan, nor less the wit to win him over.
His little dragoon toy is cute.
Great debt. May the blessing of the crystals go with you, Your Highness. May the blessing of the crystals go with you.
I really hope that kid doesn't die. He kind of doesn't deserve to be a part of this. Unless he turns out to be a jackhole. But even still.
The mother does, though.
Yeah, well, the mother's an asshole.
It does come to the question
Again,
of precisely when the Dalmeks will withdraw their troops.
I was like, I've had 2 kids before, I can have more.
And
The
I
men
don't
of the
think he
Fist will
knows
not
that,
withdraw
Joshua's
until a
still
peace
alive.
treaty is concluded.
We
Let us
barely know
keep
Josh was still alive.
negotiations open, give them time to gather what gold and trinkets they can.
Hell, alive
Once
is
they
kind
gather
of
that
like,
which we demand,
right now.
what worth is a piece
You're
of
not doing too hot.
parchment?
Your Radiance, were Prince Dion to take the field, the enemy would surely send their own dominant to meet him. And while His Highness would, of course, prevail, there would be heavy losses on both.
You need not fear Hugo Kupka. He is engaged on the Western Front. Even were the
Hugo
Dalmex to
has
send
been
for him, he would not
disarmed
arrive
at the
in
moment.
time.
Ha ha!
As much as I would enjoy witnessing a clash between Bahamut and Titan, it is not to be.
And what of your subjects, your Radiance? If the fighting spread to the city proper, the people...
I wonder if them using, icons as these big button things on the field is a metaphor for something in wartime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No idea what that
Especially-
could possibly be, right?
Another
Especially coming from a Japanese developer.
every home that burns, another can be built. The Empire will live on.
Meanwhile, this sack of shit.
He's one of those guys who thinks he's going to live forever, and he's 50 in medieval times, and... Spoiler alert.
Kiss the ring.
Oh, and yes, dragon grass was poisonous in 5 as well, so...
Prepare for battle.
But sire...
Do not make me repeat myself. Return to your camp and await my orders.
If that is your wish...
For a guy who's talking to somebody who could literally raise the capital right now, kind of overstepping boundaries here.
He could literally make that fucking building a smoldering pile of ash. And less time it would take for them to blink.
Well, it's also the fact that he seems to actually care for the citizenry, so...
What do the astrologers augur?
The stars are in agreement, Your Radiance. The shadow of treachery hangs over Prince Dion.
So Annabella's tales were true. You disappoint me, Dion.
What on earth is Uncle Byron doing here? Only one way to find out.
What was that weird thing I saw about the Capitol? I wasn't there.
Damn psychic powers.
Useless ass psychic powers.
What's up, Byron?
Ah, my dear nephew. How I've missed you.
How did you find this place, Uncle?
Also, bold words from the guy for Annabelle being the treacherous one, and it's like, yeah, she would know treachery.
I hear. The Guardians and those they freed told the most outlandish tales of your heroics in Rosalith. Which is why I came, to learn the full truth of the matter. Sort the fact from the
You know,
fiction,
at minimum,
so to speak.
and as
You
far as
were
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
Guardians of the
concerned,
Flame to
her
evacuate the
other
people of
son
Rosalith to
dead
Port Isolde.
and had
I
her
was. Aye.
oldest basically
Then
put
I
into
have questions
slavery
for
for the
you.
Empire.
Please.
She basically went like,
Gladly.
should I go Duchess or Empress? Empress.
There are 2,000 gold talents in those chests. See that they're added to my nephew's coffers, would you?
2,000?
And I'm afraid that is all I know.
A fleet sailing south past Port Isolde. Most intriguing.
Forgive me for not being able to tell you more. I hadn't the faintest idea Kupka withdrew wounded from Rosalith. Still less that my own nephew dealt the decisive blow.
What do you think, Vivian?
I think, with this news of the Dalmekian fleet and recent reports of the Royalists' movements, that the final piece of the puzzle has fallen into place. Come here and I'll show you.
Oh boy, I'm having connection issues. That's not good.
Yeah, I was wondering if the buffering was just me or you.
Via its unguarded coast. So
Because
can the
sometimes
Sultan
Twitch
be
like to be
visitors
like
from
that.
Waloed? Certainly, her Royal Navy is famed for the efficiency with which it bears her knights from one battlefield to the next. And in the Einherjar, or Black Galleon, she boasts a vessel nigh as swift and every bit as feared as the kingdom's legendary cavalry.
Back.
A fitting
normal.
flagship for a land apart, her naval presence
That's
being
not
crucial to her ambitions beyond
good.
Ash. Yes, it seems safe to assume that the Royalists did indeed enter Rosaria from the sea.
Alright,
So
you
then,
done freaking out, OBS?
had you a vested interest in Titan's survival, whither would you take him? Why home to Drake's Fang, a place rich enough in ether to conjure the magics needed to mend his hurts? Or would that not entail an arduous voyage around the southern cape? Let us say that the Royalists did put ashore with a mind to spirit Kupka away from under your very nose. Could that truly have been their plan for him? To load him aboard one of the ships flying Republican colors sighted off the coast near Port.
So I was looking up some stuff on Dion and it's Olivia.
Yeah.
And Dion is not a legitimate son of the Emperor
Yeah.
Faithful creatures would not allow it.
in the backstory, so
So
Yeah,
what
he's
then was the
basically,
plan
I
of our
believe he's
Waluda friends?
adopted?
Reports
he's a
suggest they
bastard
made
child.
not for the coast,
I don't remember if you.
but
Yeah,
for the
he's
desert.
the bastard child. 'Cause
And
I
by
know
cutting
one
They-
through the Velcroy,
They say that the Empress
days before a galley could lurch
before Annabelle was barren,
Royalists,
so he had an affair with someone else and produced Dion.
a safe retreat.
That's right.
I would stake your life on it.
I would stake your life on it. Jesus.
It's a poisonous arrow. I'd stake my life on
It was
it.
the Waluders who spirited the wretch away. Now I think about it, there was something a little strange about the ships I saw. The men seemed almost crestfallen, as if in mourning, as if they believed, or were made to believe, that their master was dead.
You have a keen mind, Lord Rosfield. And
Which
you
Lord
have your answer. To find Kupka, you have merely to follow the
The only one
Royalist
you have
trail across
available.
the Velcroy. It may well have gone cold by now, but as they say in the Republic, all roads lead to Drake's Fang.
Allow me to accompany you part of the way. As luck would have it, I had intended to journey Canberward on business after visiting you here. The Fang would be but a short detour.
I'd be glad of the company. Give me a moment to make ready. I need to tell my friends what we've learned and where we're going.
Very well, but be quick about it, my boy. Time waits for no man.
Mid's finished outfitting her little workshop, I hear.
Alright, so we need to talk to Otto.
The little help from
and then
Sid,
turn
of
in
course.
my
Of course.
Otto. Kluka's at Drake's Fang. I'll be leaving before sunset.
You're not going in there alone, are you?
Don't worry. I'm not going there to destroy the Mother Crystal. All I'm after is Kupka's head. I won't risk any more than I have to. I promise.
The lands around the Fang are all Kupka's personal fiefdom. You have any trouble on the way, you ask for Rosina Dalamil. Some call her the Desert Hare.
Who is she?
An old associate of Sid's, and only Sid's. All I know is the name, and that they used to meet at the Dalamil Inn. We've heard nothing from her since he died. But I'm thinking maybe the new Sid might be able to bring her back into the fold.
Thanks. I'll keep that in mind.
So, what about your uncle? I mean, he's welcome to stay, but...
Don't look so worried. He'll be coming with me.
Thank fuck for that.
Gav, Otto, I'm leaving you two in charge.
You can count on us.
And everyone dies.
Well, knowing this game, probably.
All right, Uncle. I'm ready to depart. Shall we?
We shall. Come, let us away to adventure.
Adventure! Deal with the quest later then. Onward to adventure!
I was a young man when last I walked this path. There's an old trading post not far from here. The road to Drake's Fang leads through it.
The trading post it is.
We ride in style.
Faster! Our destination lies over that dune, beyond the ruins. Mark 'em well, Clive. It's all too easy to lose one's bearings in the sands. Many years ago, when you were just a boy, you and I rode this way together, accompanying your father on a scouting expedition to Drake's Fang.
He let me come with you.
I'm not surprised you don't remember. It was just before Joshua was born. You were so eager to be there when your brother arrived that you whipped your chocobo too hard on the journey home and fell from the saddle. I shall never forget how Elwyn fussed over you as you sat in the sand, bawling like a babe.
Who do you think those soldiers were?
So, Lord Cook has finally made his move.
Ah, there she is. The good old Dalamil Inn. Do you know, this heat has given me quite a thirst. Quick drink before we press on?
Alright. I will say that outfit probably is not great to walk around in that heat.
No.
Look, there. Those are Ashen steeds. No doubt about it.
And such a long ride from Stonehair. Our Waluda friends must be soothing their saddle sores in the inn. Shall we join them? Run along and play now, Torgal. Dogs aren't allowed inside.
But I'm a wolf. I'm a magic wolf. Bro, close the door. Were you born a bard?
Maybe.
Would make a lot of sense.
This timeline? Yeah.
Good day to you. Eating?
Sorry about my pal. He only talks when his mouth's full. What do you recommend?
Well, if you're after something light, we do a fine chocobo soup with lentils and honey.
2 bowls of that, then. An ale.
Right you are.
Hey, girl!
Coming!
Your pal? Would you rather be my squire?
Got a charcuterie board she's carrying?
Maybe. Hi, Joshua.
The moment I saw her, I was like, well, Josh was nearby.
Your Grace, it is plain you are not yet well enough to travel. If you would only let me take you to someone who can better attend to your ills.
No, we must press on. Prince Theon has returned to his camp and will soon depart for the front. I must speak with him at all costs. Miss this chance and I may never get another. You do understand that?
Yes, Your Grace. But you must at least agree to take your medicine. I'll fetch you some water.
Keep watch, they tell us. But all I see is sand. I hear they got our guest back to the Fang without any trouble. We'll be leaving soon enough.
Why the Lord Commander dragged us all this way just to save that blockhead skin, I'll never know. Dominant or not, he's a bloody idiot.
That'll be Cooker, then.
Well, let's get this down us. We've a long way to go.
Hey, you!
Uncle.
Damn it, Byron.
Sorry.
Bar fight.
Can you walk, Your Grace?
What's wrong?
I fear trouble may be brewing downstairs.
You two are travelers, are you not? Me and my companions are strangers here. Perhaps you'd be good enough to accompany us a while. Help us find our way.
Sorry, lads, but we've got business in camera that can't wait.
Ah, I'm sure you could spare us an hour or two.
Come on.
Friend.
God damn it, Byron.
Oh, if you're gonna fight, I'd down what I could.
I mean, valid, but Jesus, bro.
At least he's doing the opposite of what most people do, where it's like, oh no, something's about to happen, I can't finish this meal. Like, no, I'm finishing this meal.
Stay back, Uncle.
Gladly.
God damn it.
The outlaw! Take him!
Try it.
Bravo, my boy! Just like that!
Are you?
Enemies slain. Tables destroyed.
Yeah, you're gonna have to pay for that.
Only if they can catch us.
For your trouble.
God damn it, Byron.
Word of advice, miss. That soup could do with a touch more salt.
I'm pretty sure she would have broke his jaw if she didn't hand him a sack of money. Or if he didn't hand her a sack of money.
I don't think she would. I think she's just glad to be out of the encounter.
Okay, she has to know that's Clive,
Now's our chance.
especially, you know, she's, you know, part of Joshua's personal detail.
Your Grace?
I would imagine he would have probably have informed her, you know, who Clive is.
He's probably trying to keep it a secret to prevent him from doing anything stupid.
Maybe?
Also, Joshua's kind of like not trying to find Clive right now.
I guess?
Considering the whole Ultima seems to want to have Clive, and he's currently holding him right now, and I have a bit of a thing there.
Is this where we start playing the Aladdin music?
Honest to God, that transition, I thought it was going to go back to gameplay and you were going to chase after him.
I mean,
what is it now?
It's nothing. Let's go.
Yeah, Byron probably definitely doesn't know Joshua's still alive.
He barely just found out Clive was alive.
Yeah.
Do you think he'd be with finding out Joshua the Phoenix Dominant is still alive?
Yeah. It's probably best for a while he doesn't know that Joshua's still alive. Both have not exactly the sharpest tool in the shed.
He's a nobleman, and noblemen like the gossip. Kind of the problem with that is that you're kind of on a stealth mission right now, so... Hush, hush.
Well, we didn't know where to find Kupka before. We do now.
The royalists said it themselves. Their guest is in the Fang. We should press on before any more of their friends turn up.
Truly, here.
Was that the first time you petted Torgal?
No, I've pet him a few times, but I think I increases the effective rating.
Ah, they've closed the road. And it's the only way from here to the Fang. It would seem Lord Kupka is not accepting visitors at present.
We have to get through that gate.
Not by
Mass
force,
murder?
I trust. We've attracted quite enough unwanted attention already.
By guile, then. Perhaps the Desert Hare can offer us her aid.
Rosina Dalamil, woman of mystery. But how will we find her? We know naught of her but her name.
And that she was working with Sid. Sid's other collaborators have all been people of means, the wealthiest and most successful members of their communities. I'll wager this Rosina Dalamil is the same.
That would certainly help to narrow the search. We need only inquire as to who is in charge of the town.
And that's exactly what I mean to do.
I mean, we could easily kill, what, 5 guys?
Well, it's not that they're worried about. It's them killing the 5 guys, and then 20 guys find out and inform everybody. And then you're not making it in there.
Lanterns, keep the darkness from your door.
Light it for Gilbert's sake. Bearer, aren't you?
Anything I can help you with, travelers? Allow me. My good man, we represent one of the oldest and greatest trading houses of Port Isolde. We're seeking to expand our business in the region and would very much like to make the acquaintance of Dalamil's leading entrepreneurs. If only we knew where to find them.
Well, we're best known for our baths, our markets, and our smithies. I suppose you could do worse than start your search at one of those.
Thank you. You've been most helpful. Oh, you wouldn't happen to know a lady by the name of Rosina Dalamil, would you?
No, I can't say I do.
Well, thank you all the same.
Kick his ass.
What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy?
I won't keep you long. I'm looking for someone. A woman by the name of Rosina Dalamil. Do you know her?
Never heard of her. Is that all?
One more question. If I wanted to find the richest trader in town, where would you recommend that I look?
Oh, that's easy. The Briar's Kiss. Won't find a finer smithy this side of the strait. The owner's only a young sprig, but he's got all the right ideas.
The Briar's Kiss, you say? Thank you.
I doubt this young sprig is the person we're looking for. You said Sid's contact was likely to be an influential sort. Influence comes with age and experience. Believe you me.
Looks like we won't be getting back to Drake's Fang anytime soon.
Well, it's not like we've got a reason to.
So it's a world of magic. Who knows? They probably have some age restorative thing.
Can I help?
Looking at you, Biscuit Kruger from
Yes, I'm
Hunter
looking
Hunter.
for a woman by the name of Rosina Dalamil. A long-standing pillar of your community, I believe, from old trading stock.
Then you should ask further. He's been here for years. Knows the place and its people like the back of his hand. And he's in with all the old merchant families. Try the baths. That's where you'll usually find him.
Thank you kindly. Well, it sounds like we have our man.
Perhaps. Let's go and find out exactly what this Furder knows. Excuse me. Are you Furder?
I am. Can I help you, travelers?
I hope so. You've lived here for some time, is that correct? Do you know Rosina Dalamil? We believe she may be a trader of some renown.
And what business do you have with the desert hare?
She was a close friend of mine. I was hoping she might be able to help me.
Very well. Go to the bordello. I'll arrange an introduction.
Do you think we can trust him?
Only as far as
They're gonna get their asses jumped, aren't they?
Probably.
So you're the ones who've been sniffing around.
I beg your pardon?
Don't play the fool. Stick your nose in our business and you're likely to lose it.
To use the blunt end of that sword again. So it did say slay the enemy, so...
That was funny.
Did you drop like an electric crystal in the middle of the arena?
Yes, one of the abilities you get from Ramu is called Lightning Rod. And every time it gets hit, it does an electric shock. And my Will-O-Wisp ability hits it. So basically, I stand there and start pulling out and let it shock so either lightning rod or wisp runs out, and it's hilarious, especially with how small this thing is. Enemies bested. Bestie!
It's hilarious. Every one of those houses were like, yep, not messing with that out there.
I mean, we did get one batch of reinforcements in, and then...
Yeah, but you're in the middle of an alleyway with all these houses. Somebody being like, no, not messing with that out there.
I mean, in fairness, you saw
the boss
cloaked in
he
orbs
wanted us to
of
test you.
flames and
Though one could hardly call
pulses
that
of electricity coming out from around him. Would you
Lord
fuck with
Furder?
that?
Not really, no.
Dragged in.
Your skill with a blade is rare indeed, my lord. A fitting talent for an outlaw.
You know who I am. So what now? Call in the Men of the Rock and collect the bounty?
That isn't my decision to make. Our work is done. Take him to meet his precious Rosina. She will be interested to make his acquaintance.
Yes, my lord. To the Lock of Leisure, then.
To the Lock of Leisure.
Yeah, for once we're going.
Where are we going?
Kneaded to a silken softness,
The most
like
favoured
eating a
herbs
cloud
and
with a crust.
spices. And we are.
Okay, that's odd.
The finest fabric.
Advertisement.
Is this the place?
Lubo's Forge. The Briar's Kiss.
Ah, so it was the young sprig after all. So much for Rosina Dalamil being a woman of experience. How wrong I was.
It was an easy mistake to make, Uncle. After all, it must have been years since Sid last saw her. Sorry, him. Whoever this Lubor truly is, he's clearly a man of means. I'd say he deserves our respect.
See that he gets it. Lubor, Lord Furder told me to bring them to you.
My boys tell me you're in need of assistance. Sid the Second.
I won't waste your time. I need passage through the south gate.
Tell me, what do you think is a merchant's most important commodity?
Not being dead.
Why, trust. Everyone knows that.
Oh, trust is good.
Without it, you have nothing. And nothing is exactly what you have. And so, for you, I, too, have nothing. I'm not in the business of helping every lost puppy that wanders in off the street. I'm a busy man, as you can see.
Let's leave this mummer to his farce.
By all means. Find someone else to help you on your way. Just be sure to tell them you're not the two travelers from the inn the guards are looking for. Don't want them jumping to conclusions, do we?
Why, you...
Didn't I just
So,
beat your ass, bro?
What do we need to do to earn your trust?
I like this one. Willing to do whatever it takes to get what he wants. Ha! Men like you have a special place in my heart. Why, you ask? Because they get me what I want. Always.
Fine. So what do you want?
Don't tell me you're going to listen to this swaggering scruff.
We might as well hear him out. It's only natural that an ally of Sid's would seek assurances of strangers. Assuming he is an ally, of course. 5 years ago, he would have still been a boy.
And yet even then I had more good sense than a man, 5 times my age? But enough of the pleasantries. We were speaking of what I want. I want you to put an end to the trouble in Dalamil. Return to me when you have done so, and you shall have my aid. Until then, I bid you good day.
What trouble? If you're going to give us orders, be clear about them, damn you.
Manners, Greybeard. One catches more damselflies with honey than with vinegar.
What did you call me?
My apologies.
Well.
A word of advice in recompense. Follow the crystals. Oh, but that was 3. Oh, I'm making this too easy for you.
Ha! It will be easy. Solving his little riddle should be like dealing with him. Child's play. Let us divide our forces, Clive. I'd rather not drag this parlor game on any longer than we need to.
All right. Good luck, Uncle. I thought we were the only ones causing trouble in Dalamil.
Alright, so This one.
Excuse me. Is it true there's been trouble with crystals of late?
You've heard, then?
I've heard rumors.
Damn thieves. Pilfering the crystals that were meant to fill our cups and light our stoves. Us common folk have hardly had a shard to share between us these last few moons. And it isn't as if we can buy them on the black market either. Whoever's taking them, they aren't sharing.
Here's something I'm prime. Wait, hold on.
Do you have a moment?
Depends what for.
Just a question. Dalamil seems to be thriving compared to the other villages I came through on the way. Is there a reason for that?
Well, we're a stone's throw from Drake's Fang, for one. The soldiers guarding the Mother Crystal and the shipments need a place to spend their hard-earned gil. The men of the Rock throw their money about like there's no tomorrow.
Is that so? Well, thank you. Don't let me keep you from your work any longer.
Light meat and dark, fresh from the grill. Get it while it's hot. You wouldn't believe how much he gave me. Well, I hope you gave us good. What can I do for you, soldier? Need that sword polishing?
Oh my.
I'm not a soldier.
Ugh, then be off with you. I serve the men of the Rock and the men of the Rock only.
You have an agreement with them?
Don't be stupid. I just know which side my bread is buttered. Don't want to be stuck under some pauper when they come knocking. With pockets deeper than Zemeckis and an urge to empty them. No, just leave, will you? Before you scare them off.
I think I'm starting to get an idea of what's been going on. I wonder if Uncle Byron's learned anything of use. He'll probably be back at the inn by now.
Carpets have pride of place.
Why's the tavern shut?
It's you, the one who broke all our furniture. What do you want? Haven't you caused enough trouble already?
I'm looking for my pal. Have you seen him?
The gentleman who was with you? Yes, he's upstairs, but...
Thank you. I'll go and fetch him. Huh?
Will this suffice as a deposit?
By the sands. That's a black pearl.
One of the many treasures in my collection that I would be only too happy to part with, should you give me reason to do so.
All right. I'm sure that we can come to an agreement, but not here.
What are you doing, Uncle? Care to explain why you're giving gifts to Kupka's men?
Bait, my boy. One cannot catch one's prey without it. And I do believe I've snagged us quite the quarry. I started by asking around the markets as to where I might purchase crystals. I had no luck, of course. It's forbidden to trade in such things. But my uncharacteristic indiscretion just happened to attract the attention of those uniformed ruffians. They took me aside and said they could procure the crystal I sought if I proved I could pay for it.
So the pearl was your proof?
I thought they'd ask for more. A second-rate specimen like that would only fetch 500,000 or so.
Jesus.
A small price to pay for admittance to the underworld. But enough about my little act of subterfuge. What did you discover?
That the supply of crystals has dried up of late. And some people seem to think they're being stolen. Meanwhile, members of Kupka's private guard have been spending money all over town. I'll wager those soldiers you've been talking to have been siphoning off crystals meant for elsewhere and pocketing the profits.
I'll wager you're right.
We'll meet with them then, just as you arranged, and put an end to the trouble Lubor spoke of.
Ha! That preening popinjay thought this would be difficult. It just goes to show one should never underestimate a Rosfield. We'll soon wipe that smirk off his face. I arranged to meet with the soldiers in a secluded corner of the Velcroy, far from prying eyes.
The perfect place for a spot of double dealing.
I trust I can